And welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. Tonight we're watching and reacting to Cavalier FC versus Juventus de Cayes 2025 CONCACAF Caribbean Cup Group Stage, Group B. The winner of this game will be tied with second place, Defense Force on points. Of course, they had their bye week this week in Group B. But they will be tied on points, whoever wins this game, if there is an outright winner. But if there's a draw, they'll be above Weymouth Wells, who played their first game this week. Yes, so there is a game in hand, whatever, for the person they're tied with, at least for now, for these two teams. Of course, both these teams lost their first match. Juventus de Cayes lost to Defense Force. Cavalier lost to Sedano. So, in the end, you would think Cavalier at least gets 3 points here. But we need to see something better from them than we did last week, which we did watch that game when they played Sedano. Starting 11s are as follows for Cavalier. In goal, we have White, the back four of Reed, Dira, Giovanni Lang, McKenzie, the midfield three of Christopher Ainsworth, Watson, Forbes, and the front three of McCleary, Jamilio Rigters, and Shaquille Stein. For Juventus de Cayes, in goal, we have Victor, the back four of Gabriel, Bonbon, Fede, Charles, the midfield three of Said, Serafin, Claude, and the front three of Filippo, Gilo, and Sylvain for Juventus de Cayes. The first of two games were live for tonight. Of course, we're also live for Real España versus Sporting San Miguelito, which can help a team advance. There is still jeopardy on both ends of that tie, so there's a review for that game as well. Friday, we'll make a prediction video with a semifinal recap and with the third place predictions, but mostly a final prediction video for the Leagues Cup on Friday night. Can't split it because of today being games to watch like I normally do with the semifinal recap. And then Saturday will be live for Mississippi State at Southern Miss, 11 in the morning. College football, gridiron, college football. And then Toronto FC versus CF Montreal at night on Saturday night. Two derbies, so to speak. You have the redheaded stepchildren, Mississippi College football playing Mississippi State, and also the 401 derby, which is the real derby. But there are local rivalries on Saturday. Sunday morning, we will be live for the Formula One Dutch Grand Prix. Have a review for that. Third place match for Leagues Cup comes first. That would be LA Galaxy versus Orlando City live. And then finally, we will live and review Seattle versus Miami, the Leagues Cup final. So that's what the rest of this week looks like. We have 2 lives, 1 review today. A prediction video, RSR, tomorrow. Saturday, 2 lives, 2 reviews. Sunday, 3 lives, 2 reviews. Monday, I'm off, thank God. Yeah, it's getting busy. You know how August to September, you know how September to October and all that goes. August gets a little bit crazy at the end, but that just leads into the fall, which is crazy when it comes to our schedule. Really, what are like the slow months? December, basically a Christmas break. Christmas into like the first week of January. Week before Christmas, couple of days before Christmas to like the first week of January. Yeah. Slow. April gets pretty slow. May can get pretty slow. Oh, look, Steve McLaren's there. Oh, Lord. Thank God he's not coaching. Don't remind me I have to watch Jamaica play. Jesus Christ. What, like a week from now? Don't remind me. Don't remind me I have to want to freaking gouge my eyeballs out watching them play under Steve McLaren. Dear God. Ugh. Ay, ay, ay. It's because I hate it for the Jamaican national team. That's why. I hate they have that man as manager. That's why. There's so much more potential there than just playing ugly 2005 level English football. But of course, you know. He's got a big name, though. Ay, ay, ay. Don't remind me. Teams are walking out or about to. We're getting ready to go. Cavalier wearing white. Juventus to Cayes wearing blue, I would guess. Can Cavalier get their first win throughout this tournament? At least they're at home this week. The defending champions, can they bounce back and get a win? That's the question. Teams are about to walk out. We'll get ready to go. We'll talk about the starting 11s once again, once they show them. Yep, Juventus to Cayes wearing blue. Cavalier wearing white. Can Cavalier bounce back? They're starting Shaquille Stein. That's some good news. All right. We will begin soon. How can I watch the game live? I have it on Tubi. If you're in the Caribbean, ESPN. Central America, ESPN. Mexico, Tubi. Canada, CONCACAF's YouTube channel. Central America, did I say? Central, South America are both ESPN, yeah. England, CONCACAF's YouTube channel. Again, this is by what CONCACAF says on their watch tab. So anywhere but North America, ESPN, unless you're in England, CONCACAF's YouTube channel. Canada, which is in North America, CONCACAF's YouTube channel. Mexico, USA, Tubi. How we doing, Rory? And if you need a VPN, well, I'm not sponsored by any of them, so I can't tell you. You know, that kind of would make sense considering either way. Like if I was sponsored by some, VPN would make sense considering people may need to find other ways to watch matches. Teams taking their team picture for their second match in this tournament. Cavaliers start 11, White, Forbes, Lang, Dira. The midfield four of Ainsworth, Watson, Reed, McCleary. Front three of Jamilio Rigters, Stein, Shaquille Stein, and McKenzie for Cavalier. The center ref is Hakeem Harvey from St. Kitts, a whole St. Kitts crew of officials. No VAR, of course. So the 4 officials are all from St. Kitts. And then Juventus de Cayes starting 11. They have made a change in goal. Victor in goal. The back 4 of Charles, Fede, Serafin, Gabriel. The midfield 3 of Bonbon, Saide, Claude, Sylvain, Gillot, and Philippot. That's a bad idea, making a change in goal when their goalie was damn good last week. Arguably, their goalie was the one reason they totally didn't get stomped out last week. Okay. That's something. That's genius. They were, I wouldn't say totally good, but they were something, and they had a solid goalie. He ain't even on the bench. Let me make sure, I should say. Group B is. At least it's their second away game. Francois. Yep, Francois was in goal. He's on the bench. Okay, he's on the bench. But why? Okay, he actually is on the bench. But why would you? That makes no sense to me. You know? Zero. It's like, well, you know, our goalie played really well last week. He won't play this week. Huh? It's not like Cavalier's unbeatable. They ain't the same team that made the final in 23 and won the tournament last year. No, this team's a little bit different. And proceeds to say, yeah, no, we won't. And we are off. They kick off. And now they kick off. Make sure. 13 seconds. So it does. We're a little bit behind. 0-0. Settle. And that's out for a throw-in for Juventus de Cayes. 90 minutes. Can Cavalier bounce back, or can Juventus de Cayes steal 3 points from them and put them to the sword? Cavalier has to win this game if they want to advance to the next round. The good news is they're playing at home and they're playing a team that lost to Defense Force. In theory, you would think the defending champions should win this game somewhat easily. Cross in, save! And that'll be cleared by Cavalier. They almost cause a total mistake. Gets them go down, almost got them to go down to 1. Or go down 1. No way. If you are Cavalier, you got to be better than that. They almost went down 1 like that. Horrible defending there. Luckily, they got it cleared out. But again, Tubi in the USA. Also in Mexico, it's Tubi. Canada, CONCACAF's YouTube channel. England, CONCACAF's YouTube channel. Shot over the bar by Cavalier. That'll be we'll see if that's a corner. CONCACAF's YouTube channel if you're in England or Canada. Caribbean, ESPN. Central America, ESPN. South America, ESPN. Anywhere on the Eastern Hemisphere, CONCACAF's YouTube channel. This is about what CONCACAF says on their watch tab. Canada, England, CONCACAF's YouTube channel, which I'm sure that would matter. So, Jamaica, ESPN. At least that's what CONCACAF says when it comes to the Caribbean. They don't break it down by country, so If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Also, VPN and CONCACAF's YouTube channel can't hurt. Again, that will be Canada. Corner for Cavalier. But I don't have any sponsorships with VPNs, so if you have one, you could use it, but here's a corner for Cavalier. Cross in. Header cleared away. How we doing? Playing forward. Ooh. Good step forward. And yes, I will be doing the Jamaica-Curacao or the Trinidad-Curacao game and Jamaica versus Trinidad. That'll be a double. So I will be doing both those games during World Cup qualifiers, by the way. I checked. So the USA-Japan game is being played the same night as the Jamaica-Trinidad game. So there's a double there, live and review, but I'll be watching both. 4 minutes in. I had to do at least one of the Japan friendlies against Mexico or the USA live, so that's why it's a double. I had to do at least one of them. I'd feel bad if I didn't. But 4 minutes in. Nil-nil. Throw in, brought down. Cavalier Stein does not body the ball forward. Ooh. Good play. Cavalier has it going forward. 5th minute. But yeah. And they added the October and November, whatever their schedule. Yes. Trinidad, Curacao, 7 p.m. September 5th. Yes. Jamaica, Trinidad, 7 p.m. September 9th. Yes. Oh. 6 minutes in. Sixth minute. Okay, so there's the times. 18:30 Central. Yeah, I would think so. 6 minutes in. 0-0 of this game. So September 4th, we could go back to back, I guess. Suriname, Panama, Guatemala, El Salvador. September 5th, Bermuda, Jamaica, Trinidad, Tobago versus Curacao. Trinidad, well, that's September, actually. We already knew that. October, there we go. October, Honduras, Costa Rica, October 9th. 7 minute throw in. October 10th, Suriname, Guatemala, Bermuda, Trinidad, Curacao, Jamaica, El Salvador, Panama, Curacao, Jamaica, El Salvador, Panama, probably. 7 minutes in. We'll see. October 13th, Honduras, Haiti. October 14th. That's just 13th and 18th. Okay. Playing forward. Blocked away. I guess we pick one per hour on both days. Playing forward. They're all at the same time on November 18th. Well, red zone it, maybe? If it's possible. Well, probably not. I'm definitely going to need some score updates in the comments on the 18th of November. Definitely. 0-0. Definitely. But yes, CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers start next week. Be here before you know it. Well, even quicker than that, I should say. 9 minutes. Over the top. Headed on. Cleared away. Cavalier definitely looks like the better team, but I don't know why the Cowboys, well, they had to trade Micah, but to Green Bay? I'm honestly kind of pissed off that the Patriots and the Steelers didn't go for Micah. I can kind of, but then again, I did see that post where TJ Watt and DK Metcalf are being paid out the wazoo by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Funnily enough, Aaron Rodgers probably ain't getting paid that much. So, but the Patriots, there's no reason. No, I have not read. No. The only book I've read is the Bible. Playing forward. That's it. King James Bible. Shot. Save. Well, okay, at least made a save there. King James Bible. Red letter. Also Christian devotionals, but either way. th minute. Cleared away. th minute. Why would I want to read if I know it's going to piss me off? Possibly. That doesn't sound like a good boy, oh boy. Penalty. Yeah, Tubi should get one. I can't freaking... It sucks. Speaking of heresy, Tubi, you are a heresy. Yeah, that's a penalty. Keeper came out, didn't get the ball. There's no VAR, so whatever they say goes. But yeah, no, that's a penalty. That's a penalty, my friend. Yep. Cavalier will be up at the penalty spot to take the lead. I don't know if I hate VAR not being part of these tournaments. The more I watch, the more I'm like, you know what? Maybe we should just have VAR in general. Taking the penalty is Reed. 12th minute. Yeah, Tubi's a little bit behind, so... Reed versus the keeper. Short run up. Shot safe. Oh, my God. That's crazy, man. Safe. This is Sabal's year for sure. Yeah, the way this is going. You're right. Sabal, everything seems to be falling for him. You are correct. How do you... Good fall. Like, he just put it, like, close and low. Like, if he falls the right way, he's getting it. And he did. That's like a freaking schoolboy penalty. That's horrible. That was horrible. That was horrible. 14th minute. Playing forward, Cavalier lost too many players. This is not the same team. Even though they stopped Stein and Rigters, you're right. And Ainsworth. But you're right. But same you could say about Robin Hood when it came to last year they lost players, but certainly this year. It's not the same team that won the title either. But that's what happens when you win a trophy like this. It's especially if you're a team like the Caribbean teams, it's hard to keep those players. It is because they've played. Once you play the Champions Cup, that's a really big scouting opportunity. Look at the players who went to the USL Championship and MLS Next Pro off of Cavalier. And also look at the Robin Hood players that moved up in CONCACAF when it comes to going to Central America or going to other bigger Caribbean teams than Robin Hood. No disrespect, I'm just saying. Richter's played for Robin Hood. He went to Cavalier. So again, my point being is this. When it comes to a tournament like the Caribbean Cup, once you get to the CONCACAF Champions Cup, it's hard to keep those players because they've been scouted by bigger clubs by seeing how they play against clubs of the ilk of a Miami. And if you watch the Cavalier game, the series against Miami, they weren't that bad. Like, yeah, the aggregate looked bad at the end. It could have been worse. Playing Miami, it definitely could have been worse. They were defensively solid. They just couldn't score, if you remember. I mean, yeah, they did lose 3-4 aggregate, but could have been worse playing Miami. Very much worse. They did let Suarez score on them, which is kind of a bad look. But either way, while Messi was on the pitch, which is kind of a bad look anyway, but with how much of a freaking paraplegic he is at this point, might as well be. 16th minute. They defended well, though, I thought, in that series against Cavalier. Or Miami. Cavalier did. So, if you look at it, to a certain extent, you know, it's hard to keep those players. Exactly. Goal. Playing forward. Let's see who gets it. Man, I'd be surprised if it was Juventus de Cayes, but I have a feeling it won't be. Cavalier gets the ball back. Let's see how they build this one up. They go all the way back to White. Let's remember, Tubi is behind by a good portion. Playing forward. Keeps it alive, pushes it forward. Here we go, 17th minute. They keep going. Open space down the wing. Ball crossed in. Short cross. Bad bounce, but Cavalier has it. Shot, goal. Deflects off the hand. And in. 1-0 for Cavalier. The goal from Watson. Takes the shot off the hand. Top bins. That goalie had no chance, but he tried. But Watson puts it away to make it 1-0. He took the shot. He took his chance. You know, Cavalier could score a couple. I could see Juventus de Cayes scoring one as well. 4 or 5 goals in this game wouldn't shock me. No. I didn't say it was a lock. I didn't say it was a lock to happen. Now, if we talk about the next game, if we're adding up the next game when it comes to Real España and Miguelito, when we're covering that one, I could see 2 or 3 goals in that game as well. So overall, 7 goals on the night on the games we cover. Yeah, sure. I could see it. Work out, watch the game. Tubi, if you're in the U.S. or Mexico, Canada, CONCACAF's YouTube channel. England, CONCACAF's YouTube channel, because I know about the diaspora. Shamar Watson with a goal, 18 minutes. Central America, ESPN. Caribbean, ESPN. South America, ESPN. Eastern Hemisphere, CONCACAF's YouTube channel. Or also, but there's your Jamaica, ESPN. At least by the words of CONCACAF. They didn't break it down by country, so do with that what you will. Let me see if they have now. Yeah, they haven't broke it down by country. So, playing forward. Cavalier, ball crossed in. Oh, top of the box. They keep it alive. Clear away. 1-0, 20th minute. We're at 19:30 on my stream because Tubi's behind. I don't know why it does this, but it is. Playing forward. Boa noite. Obrigado, Brasil. Twentieth minute. 1-0. '21st minute, playing forward, loses the ball. Didn't really block it up really well there. Cavalier gets it back. Exactly. And the fact they actually get a chance, and the good part is, besides the Dominican clubs, before the CONCACAF League, and even especially now, they never really got a chance even during the CONCACAF League era. You had to be lucky, or a Dominican club. Also, there was that one club championship winner, which was normally the one. Portmore United that one year, don't forget. Violette, Cayes got in through the CONCACAF League. I won't forget because they beat Forge. That didn't feel good. Header away on penalties as well. Shot blocked away. Don't forget. But you had Cayes before the Caribbean Cup, but during the CONCACAF League era, you had Portmore United, Cayes. Cavalier couldn't even play because of passport issues. They were supposed to play the Reds, but there were passport issues there. They couldn't even play. Violette, of course, came before the CONCACAF Caribbean Cup era, of course, and they got in through winning the club championship, CFU club championship. It's hard for teams like Waterhouse to make it far enough to get there through the CONCACAF League, but Pantoja, I think they did. So I think the Caribbean Cup and Central American Cup are good things. It sucks that a team like Forge doesn't have the CONCACAF League as it was. That was fun. That was fun. But now Forge is a team without a regional trophy to play in because they can't play Leagues Cup because they're CPL. They're not Central American, even though they kind of got casted there with the CONCACAF League era, which I would have been glad if they could have stayed. And I think they really should have done that, frankly. But they gave the CPL 2 spots in the Champions Cup from their regular season and playoffs. So which the CPL final champion, when it was the CONCACAF League era, after that inaugural season, were in the Champions or the CONCACAF League. So, yeah, they have the Canadian Championship, but that's like the Open Cup. I'm talking about a Leagues Cup, Central American Cup, Caribbean Cup thing. Like regional continental championship is what I mean. Not the Can Champ. They have that, and they're doing well, but I'm talking about like Leagues Cup, Central American Cup, Caribbean Cup, CONCACAF League, something of that ilk. That was fun. Like, I liked the old CONCACAF League, and I selfishly prefer it because I loved seeing Forge go deep in that tournament, and they would have made it 2 more times if they kept it. And I know damn well it's going to be hard for them to win that first round tie. Whether they get in through the Can Champ or the CPL, it's going to be tough for them to win that first round tie. If anybody can, it is them. But let's remember, they played the Champions League twice. Wait. Champions Cup 24, Champions Cup. No, they did not, actually. Champions Cup 20, Champions League 23 happened before Champions Cup 24. They played the Champions League once before they played 2 Champions Cups. They played Cruz Azul, Chivas, and Monterrey. Cruz Azul was probably the closest of the 3. Not in the CPL, no. They might even beat Vancouver. So even in Canada, really, I mean, they are arguably right now the second best club in Canada. Maybe not even arguably, legit. Sadly enough, they're playing the best one right now, but at least have a second leg to see what happens. But if they beat Vancouver, they're winning the Can Champ. I don't see how they wouldn't. Whether it's Ottawa or Langley, I don't see how they wouldn't. But even in the CONCACAF League, really, Forge got better every time they played it. And they honestly should have went to the final in 2021. They really should have. They could outplay any Central American team, really. '27th minute. So, playing forward. Yeah, but that's December, January. AFCON, the knockout stage, I will go live for during the middle of January. I think the group stage is during December, so I probably am going to leave it to the knockout stage, but there's going to be a point where probably. Yes, I think I will do some AFCON knockout games in January. Yes. Yes, I will. Especially if Morocco plays. Since January's a trash month, for me, besides the NFL playoffs, I'll take anything I could get. So, yeah, if Morocco plays in January during the knockout phase, I think that's when my season would start by then as well. Let's see, 29 December, 30 December, 31 December. Knockout stage begins on 3rd of January. So somewhere around there, yeah, we'll do some knockout games, yeah. So yes. I think there'll be some knockout games for AFCON. Maybe not the 3rd of January unless, oh, wait. Winner of Group A would be 4th of January. Okay. It might have to be AFCON to be the first stream of the season next year. It might be. It might be. I don't know. It might be. Is there Group A because they host it? Yeah, it might be. I won't even lie. It depends. Well, by then I might know. Well, it probably would have to be, considering if Canada plays like crap at the World Juniors, I kind of want the first stream of the year to be Canada playing the World Juniors final. But the last 2 years that didn't happen. 23 it did. 24 and 25 it did not. World Junior Hockey Championships. The under, or the 18, or is it under 20? Either way. If you know hockey, you know the World Juniors. Playing forward. Over the top. Also, some Olympic hockey I definitely will do live, probably. Yep, we're covering Trinidad versus Curacao next week and Trinidad versus Jamaica with the Mexico, not the Mexico, the USA-Japan game. There'll be a double for that. Same night, Trinidad, Jamaica, and USA-Japan. So there will be a double for that. But should be a good one. He'll show up at some point. I don't know. 30th minute. I wouldn't say. I'd say, and I wouldn't say he's my buddy. I'd say he just watches the channel. I wouldn't call him a friend. I wouldn't call him a friend. I'd call him a fan. I'd call him a fan of the channel. I ain't calling him a friend. So. Like, I mean, yeah, some people who watch this channel are my friends, yeah. Shot past the post. I would say, yeah, that's the case. I wouldn't say Alex is one of them, though. Rory, Blitzo, Isaiah, those are friends. Daniel, BKL, I'd say those are friends. '31st minute, 1-0. '31st minute, 1-0. Plays it forward. Cavalier has it. Can they make it 2? They've been getting close. What was that pass? Look. As I said, that's only Canada and England is CONCACAF's YouTube channel for this tournament. Unless you are in Canada or England, then I don't know what to tell you. I'm going by what they said, so don't get mad at me. I'm going by what CONCACAF said themselves. Free kick for Cavalier. Unless you're traveling, but you're in those countries because I guess what family's there. And just a guess. In Jamaica, well, that's just ESPN. That's in theory should be ESPN by what CONCACAF says. Unless you use a VPN and flip it to Canada or England. Over the top, shot wide. I'm watching on Tubi. Again, in Jamaica, Caribbean, ESPN. Central America, ESPN. Mexico, Tubi. USA, Tubi. Canada, CONCACAF's YouTube channel. England, CONCACAF's YouTube channel. I say England because I know there's a big Jamaican diaspora there, just like Canada. That being Toronto. That's why I make that note. That's why I make that note of Canada and England. But either way. Central America, South America, Caribbean, ESPN. Mexico, Tubi, USA, Tubi, Canada, England, CONCACAF's YouTube channel. If you're anywhere else, as long as you're not on this side of the earth, I guess CONCACAF's YouTube channel then. 34th minute. Well, I mean, he kind of had to be. He didn't want to play. He wanted to be traded. He got traded. Argentina to play Venezuela at Hard Rock Stadium in October. 34th minute. Shot, goal. It's a goal. Wait, nope. It's a goal kick, I might say. Actually, it's not a goal. It's a goal kick. Foul. Foul against Cavalier. My bad. Because they didn't. I don't think they had the leverage to do that. It is no goal. My bad. It hit the back of the net, but a foul on the build-up, or the foul on the header, I should say. Maybe we should have VAR. Well, no, that was... You kidding me? CONCACAF can't supply VAR? Like, all you have to do... Handball. Okay, thank you. Handball before the goal. Thank you. But seriously, though, let's be honest here. You can't... CONCACAF can't... Juventus to Cayes robbed. It was Cavalier who... Either way. You're telling me CONCACAF can't just put up a damn computer screen or like a small TV monitor and like line up VAR at a stadium like this from like a mobile freaking van or something? Shot, save. You tell me they can't? You tell me they don't have the money to do that for a tournament like this or Central American Cup? You tell me they don't? By the way, shouldn't the Central American stadiums, at least most of them that play these games, shouldn't they have it for CONCACAF Champions Cup? Okay. CONCACAF is freaking cheap. 36th minute. Then again, that's why they host the Gold Cup of the U.S. every 2 years. They want the money. Oh, yeah, they did. Because the USA has the money to do it. Exactly. That's my point. So the tournament stadiums that Central American Cup normally gets played in, most of them should have VAR. So why is there no VAR in Central American Cup at the very least? And then again, all these Jamaican games are played at the National Stadium. Again, VAR. Oh, look, it's Steve McLaren. Can't wait to watch Jamaica play football. It makes me want to gouge my eyes out next week. Yay. I'm not looking forward to it. They should be better is my point. So CONCACAF at least... So CONCACAF, again, National Stadium. Again, my point. That was played at the National Stadium because of Messi. My point exactly. The VAR was there because Nations League, World Cup qualifiers, and there you go. So my point exactly. 38th minute. 1-0 for Cavalier. Playing down. So I don't get it is my point. .38th minute. Playing forward. Cavalier steals it. Ooh. Oh, no. Now they have it. Going forward. Keeps it alive. Gets stopped up to where he was put into no man's land there, though. 39th minute. Cross in. Shot. Blocked out for... Nope, it wasn't out. Still alive and cleared away by Juventus de Cayes. Here comes Cavalier down the other way. Saved. Low shot, easy save. Player down hurt, Stein for Cavalier, 40th minute. So, 40th minute, ball crossed in, saved. And I guess there was a foul there, or they're blowing the whistle to check on Stein, finally. It's 40th minute. '41st minute. Steps up. Brings it down. Ooh. 41st minute. Cavalier leads 1-0. Arguably, they should be ahead by more, but just ain't been their time. '41st minute. Playing forward. Chips through, saved. 42nd minute. 1-0. Saved by Cavalier. Cleared away as well. Playing forward. '43rd minute. Pushing on us, Juventus to Cayes. That's clear out for a throw. 43rd minute. Forty-third minute. Brought down, 43rd minute. Offside, goal kick. One 0. Forty-fourth minute, 1 minute to go plus stoppage time. Playing forward. Here comes Cavalier with a 44th minute chance. Ball crossed in. Yellow card. Player down hurt is a yellow card for Juventus to Cayes. That was a tough tackle. Serafin gets a yellow card. Two minutes of stoppage time. ESPN in Caribbean, yes, for this game. Free kick. Getting to halfway through stoppage time before this free kick. Free kick over, saved. That stays in. And the goalie, no, it's a corner, I guess. What? Goalie kicks it out. Okay. I think that was harsh, but okay. Corner. Final seconds of the first half. Headed on. Headed away. Cleared by Juventus de Cayes. And that's a injury. Player down. Took an elbow to the back of the head. I think his jersey got ripped too. At least it looked like it. Throw in halftime. It is 1-0 for Cavalier at the half. Could have been scored more. Juventus to Cayes are keeping it close, just like they did last week against Defense Force. So things don't separate Cavalier and Defense Force that heavily, if we're being very analytical about it. Cavalier and Defense Force aren't really that much split when it comes to their talent if it's this close for both teams. Again, let's remember the score last week between Defense Force and Juventus de Cayes was 1-0, and they hosted as well. So Juventus de Cayes goes back on the road. For now, it's 1-0. Of course, it took longer for Defense Force to score, but arguably you could say they still looked better. With that being said, we'll take a short break, talk about the half. So I don't think the stats module, nope, it's not working on the Caribbean Cup for some reason. With that being said, we'll talk about the half, talk about what we saw, the eye test, because that's really only all I can go on. And then we'll talk about the second half. So sit tight, be back, short break, 1-0. We're back at the half. It's 1-0 for Cavalier. For me, they're definitely not the same team that they were, I would say, last year. So if you look at it, well, I'm watching on Tubi. Mexico, USA's Tubi, Canada, CONCACAF YouTube channel, England, CONCACAF YouTube channel, Central America, South America, Caribbean, ESPN. We'll see how the rest of this game goes. But again, for me, Cavalier, slightly, I would say slightly a better team. Well, it depends on where you are. Or if you watch on Tubi, American VPN, I guess. But if you can watch on Tubi, here it is. Because it is a legal way. So I guess I can. Yes. Yeah, we're behind. There we go. There it is. Well, that's just CONCACAF's YouTube channel then. But maybe Tubi will work too. I'm not sure. CONCACAF's YouTube channel. The game should be on there. At least for this tournament. But Tubi might work. Possibly could. With the way Canada, the lines are blurred anyway. But again, second half should be starting any second now. Here we go. For me, Cavalier could be better, but they're winning. Juventus to Cayes are defending well, and Cavaliers kind of shot themselves in the foot every so often, but see how the second half goes for them. Second half, here we go. 1-0. Let's see where it bounces to. It's not working. So, which part? I can't link the CONCACAF YouTube channel match to here. All I could do was link Tubi. So, CONCACAF's YouTube channel, hold on. Let me link their channel. There we go. Whatever. Boom. Second half, here we go. Second half, here we go. Defense forced to kick off. And we're off. Second half, here we go. No subs to speak of. No. Cavalier still has the lead. It's too tight of a game for them, just like how the Defense Force game was last week. Juventus de Cayes has kept it close, and their goalkeeper this week had some good moments. Victor has had some good moments, just like their keeper last week did. So I guess the change didn't hurt them that much, arguably. They got some good keepers down there. '46 minute. Brought down. Never really like seeing that. Somebody acting like they get slapped when they go down. It's just, no, man. It's weak. Past the post, that'll be a goal kick. '48th minute. Playing forward, 48th minute, 1-0. Playing forward. Here comes Cavalier. Ball cross. Nobody there to put it away. Well, that's on CONCACAF for having horrible distribution agreements. It's not on me. But normally, whenever that happens, I pick up a good amount of people anyway. So they normally stay anyway. They're pissed off. There have been some that are really pissed off, but normally, normally they're like, well, it sucks, but at least they stay and they enjoy it. They enjoy the show for what it is. So, and then they stay. So at least they come back during international breaks and all that. So, in tournaments like these. So I feel like that happens a good bit. So either way, or it's just some random game that Al Ali fans, sucks they're not in the Intercontinental Cup this fall or winter, because, man, that would have been some really good views for me. Morocco, They like me. The Moroccans like me. The reason why I want to do Morocco games, they like me. Remember that USA Morocco video review? Remember how that went? Goal kick for Cavalier, 50th minute, 1-0. That did really well. So, my point exactly. Headed on. '50th minute. Free kick for Cavalier. Will have to be a high angle. Let's see. '51st minute. TNT and Morocco most viewed. Yeah, also Trinidad, but they're CONCACAF, so I don't really have to hope for Trinidad games. I just have to do them. Also, Defense Force did pretty well. The thing about CONCACAF is Trinidad's in CONCACAF. I don't have to hope for Trinidad games. I just have to do them. Morocco is more like they're bookmarked. Like World Cup, if Morocco makes it, we're going to find a way to do as many Morocco games as we can. Same as if Al Ali, tried to do as many Al Ali games I could during the Club World Cup. See if that translates to Egypt. I'm not sure. During the World Cup, I'm not totally sure because they didn't make it in 22. But Trinidad makes the World Cup, oh, you bet your ass. Well, I was going to do CONCACAF games anyway during the World Cup. If you kind of noticed how I did the Club World Cup, it's similar. I try to definitely do as many CONCACAF games as I could with the CONCACAF teams up until the knockout stage. So CONCACAF plus Al Ali plus, right. So when it comes to the actual World Cup, CONCACAF teams, they'll get first bid of games I do. With it being my time zone, I can do as many as I damn want. And I'm sure everything's going to stop when it comes to that. Just be the World Cup itself. So also no Gold Cup to also have to juggle. It's just the World Cup. So maybe an MLS game here or there, but I think MLS is actually going to stop during the World Cup, especially the group stage. So I can do as many games as I need to on that case. So because it's my time zone. So there you go. But CONCACAF teams, first bid, Morocco, Japan, Italy, if they make it, Italy gonna get more. I'll be totally honest. CONCACAF teams, Morocco, Italy, Japan, they'll get more favoritism of what I choose to do. Over the bar. Other than that, Argentina. Oh, well, let's not forget Argentina. Duh. Argentina as well. We can't forget Argentina. As if I forget Argentina, it's just like Miami. Argentina, slot them in as Miami, you know? But other than that, 54th minute. Maybe Egypt. We'll see how that turns. If the Al Ali fans, that turns into Egypt views. Like Egypt national team views if they make it. We'll see. '55th minute. So he just went down. So 1-0 still, 55th minute. As you can see with the Japan-USA game, and that being a double with Japan or Jamaica and Trinidad, I said I had to at least do one of the Japan friendlies next window. I had to do at least one. I felt bad if I didn't. Header. I think the problem with the Mexico friendlies, Canada plays that way. No, Canada plays in Europe, so even if they did, it would be after, whatever. 55th minute. But there you go. Also, in March of next year, trust, I will cover the World Cup playoff tournament, as in the qualifying playoffs, especially the CONCACAF games. Especially the games with the CONCACAF teams. And I'm sure it would be in the USA because the World Cup's in the USA. So I'm guessing the playoff games will be in the USA. So time zone will be perfect. So maybe the whole damn thing. There's probably 6 games or so per that whole tournament. Argentina will be playing a friendly versus Puerto Rico in October. Very shocking. I've been waiting for this for years. I did not see that, but I saw they're playing Venezuela. I think it was Venezuela in the United States in October. So I guess Puerto Rico is before that. But Puerto Rico's been growing a good bit when it comes to CONCACAF football. So that'll be interesting. I mean, of course, it's Argentina, and they're going to get slapped. But if I can watch that game, I might cover it. Puerto Rico versus Argentina? Puerto Rico did not make the final round of qualifiers. No. So 57th minute. Yeah, they didn't. So, yeah, I was making sure. So, yeah, they can. And, well, that's something. I need to check this. Nah, I need to check this. That sounds, they picked Puerto Rico. I mean, they're growing, but Puerto Rico, they've already played Canada twice last year, so I guess they don't need to do that again, but it would have been cool. They are in Chicago. Yep, they are playing Puerto Rico. 58th minute. Well, there you go. They're playing in Chicago against Puerto Rico. October 13th at Soldier Field. Soldier Field! They actually think, well, Messi fans probably sell out Soldier Field, but the NFL stadium, the home of Da Bears, the home of Da Bears. You're telling me they think that game will sell out Soldier Field. But Messi's playing in it. Well, I think he is. As long as you think he is, it's going to sell out, isn't it? That's exactly what's happened to Miami away games, hasn't it? I guess that's why they put it in Soldier Field. It's not exactly Puerto Rico they think will sell it out. It's Messi fans. Da Bears. Okay. Come on, Cavalier. They're up 1-0. They have a free kick right now. I'm sure the Puerto Ricans will show up. It's Soldier Field. Do you realize how big that stadium is? Puerto Rico versus Argentina. even if Puerto Ricans do show up, they ain't packing that stadium completely. There's definitely going to be a lot of Messi fans, bandwagons showing up to see Messi. Trust me, it's going to happen. Have you not noticed what's been going on with MLS Miami away games? I think the worst crowd I've seen over the top. Yeah, but let's also remember, here's the difference. Oh, wait, no, Messi was. Oh, yeah, Messi was here by then. Okay, scratch that. Well, scratch that. Scratch that then. It was 80% during the summer. Stein is coming off, 60th minute. He's got to be dealing with something. It's got to be. I think Richter's is coming off as well. Yeah. Well, isn't there a really... Oh, yeah, no, I remember. Yeah. I think, didn't I cover that game because it was like March 24 or something like that? And it was March 24, right? And I was watching that instead of a CONCACAF World Cup qualifier because they didn't show the CONCACAF World Cup qualifying first round on their YouTube channel. So that like just threw everything into freaking disarray. So I had to watch the Argentina-Curacao game, or was it El Salvador? I think I watched both, actually. Either way. Yeah, that's what I thought. For me, well... Brandon Cervania, I think he changed his nationality, didn't he? His brother also plays for Puerto Rico, but didn't Brandon Cervania change his nationality to Puerto Rican? Didn't he start accepting call-ups from him? In that case, Brandon Cervania, former Toronto FC player, by the way. Not that I'm biased. He didn't do shit with us. But he is their best player. Basically by default. I know his brother Jaden Cervania plays for Puerto Rico, but I think Brandon just started taking call-ups from Puerto Rico as well. So I think he changed his nationality. I don't think he ever got cap-tied by the U.S., so he could do that. So he did. Former Toronto FC player, Brandon Cervania as well. But he didn't do shit for him, so it's not like I'm biased. But do the Puerto Rico Islanders still exist? No. I do remember when they beat Toronto FC in Champions League, though. Prelim tie. 1-0 on aggregate, I think. If he's close to Chicago, if he's not touring, I could see it. '63rd minute. Hmm. '64th minute. I mean, it kind of had to happen, but horrible trade. The Cowboys got fleeced. 64th minute, 1-0 Cavalier leads. Huh. That's something. Substitution for Cavalier, or at least somebody's jersey got ripped. Eloy Jimenez signed a minor league contract with the Toronto Blue Jays. playing forward. '65th minute. The Bears were not going. Why are we acting like the Chicago Bears were actually going to be good this year? Really? I don't believe the Bears will be good till I see them be good. Yeah, that is kind of weird too. And considering friendlies, now that qualifiers are over, you would think they'd play a team that they could play at the World Cup. And November, I think they're going to Africa and India, Angola and India, which I guess they would be playing Angola and India, right? But, you know, Canada's going to play Romania and Wales. Saved. That goes wide. Corner for Cavalier. So they're going to Europe to play teams that they could play at the World Cup, which is a good idea, right? And we'll be live for those games, don't worry. And it shouldn't really displace anything considering it's in Europe. So that window shouldn't be a problem. But again, you know, I gotta say, it is kind of weird considering how friendlies before World Cup should be going, but, you know, corner for Cavalier, 67th minute. You have a point, though. Sanusi Ibrahim could be signed by Swansea City. That's interesting. Rebuilding since 85. They sold their damn soul. They sold their damn soul for that title. The Bears, well, I don't believe they're good till I see them be good. 2006, when they made the Super Bowl, I didn't believe they could make the Super Bowl till I saw them make the playoffs. And let's be honest, that team had no business going to a Super Bowl. Dude, I was pissed. Dude, they played the Saints, the NFC Championship in 2006. I was like, the Saints are better than them. And then the Saints lost. Like, oh, they drew a 19 on his shirt, his new shirt. So yeah, they just replaced his shirt. Either way, like, I was like, 2006, the Saints were better than the Bears. Like, a full-on roster. Like, in my opinion, the Saints should have won that NFC Championship. I'm still pissed about it. Who dat? Who dat said they're going to beat them Saints? And at least they won the Super Bowl a couple of years later, the Saints. At least they did. And now they suck again. Well, you think I just have a Saints jersey for random reasons? I'm a fan of the Saints. I was a fan of the Saints before Tom Brady went to the Bucs. Whenever Brady played the Saints, I rooted for the Bucs, but I still rooted for the Saints when the Saints were playing. I still root for both teams, but I mean, the Saints are pretty much as close thing I have as a pro home team. Because, I mean, the Saints are right there across the Mississippi River in New Orleans. So, you know, yeah, it's the closest thing I have to an actual pro home team. So, of course, I'm a Saints fan. And Brady could have been a Saint, but Drew Brees chose not to retire. So that's the reason why the Bucs are around. I wish it was easier. But Drew Brees wanted to go one more year. Guess what? Brady went to the same division. Brady admitted, Tom Brady admitted he would have been a New Orleans Saint if Drew Brees didn't think he could go one more year. So it's Drew Brees' fault to have to root for the Bucs too. So it could have been so much easier and so less controversial if Drew Brees just knew he was cooked before 2020. But he wanted to go one more year. Guess who ended his career? Tom Brady. So, honestly, Cutler was better than Grossman. Playing forward, 70th minute, 1-0. But enough about that. Yes, I know the Saints are going to suck this year, so it won't matter at all. Playing forward. And honestly, there was only one time I went to a Rams game where I wore Rams gear when they played the Bills in 2008. I went to like 3 Saints-Rams games when the Rams were still playing in St. Louis at Edward Jones Dome. There were like 3 Saints-Rams games I went to. I think 2009, the year the Saints won the Super Bowl. But I wore Saints stuff all 3 times, rooting for the Saints. Or I think actually the first time I may have been wearing Patriots stuff, but either way. Either way. The 3 Saints-Rams games, every time I went, I was rooting for the Saints. Header. '72nd minute. I mean, I'm pretty much going to be watching both games at the same time, but okay. Speaking of, yeah, I should have, shouldn't I? There you go. There you go. 73rd minute. Oh. Playing forward, 74th minute. 1-0. I know. Oh, Armando Cooper is starting for San Miguelito. Nice. Former Toronto FC player. Honestly, I didn't know he was playing for him until a couple of days ago. '74th minute. 1-0. Player down, Seraphine, outside the pitch. 75th minute. Oh. Got tangled up with Sharpie jersey guy. Streets won't forget. Sharpie jersey guy. Yeah, no, Streets won't forget. Sorry. 75th minute. '76th minute. I ain't got no manager. I ain't got no manager. I run my own stuff. Which is probably part of my problem, but probably that's part of my problem. Goal for Juventus to Cayes. What a free kick. Ooh. Cavalier might be screwed. Oh, no. Okay. Juventus to Cayes to take a free kick. And they're going to score on it because Tubi's behind, as per always. As per usual. Free kick. Juventus to Cayes. Ball. Oh, my God. He just went for it. Top bins. Oh, my God. Ballsy. Absolutely ballsy. What a selly. 1-1. Oh, I love it. That's an awesome selly, too. Oh, my. Goal from Said. What a shot. He just went for it. 1-1. Dude, that takes brass balls. From that angle, the top bins. Oh, my God. Oh, and bar down. Bar down. Jesus. Said scores the free kick. That took brass balls. Peterson Said, 77 minutes, 1-1. And Cavalier are drawing Juventus de Cayes. And if they don't pick up another goal, they might be screwed. Shaquille Stanoff for Dennis. 2 subs. Cavaliers got 12 minutes plus stoppage time to score a winning goal. Reed for Dennis. Okay, CONCACAF's just wilding now. Only Mount Pleasant looked like a threat to Sabal. Well, I mean, the way things are going, they're probably going to play each other during the final. Yeah, Sabal was bound to happen at some point. They win it. 1-1. Uno. Playing forward. 79th minute. What a shot, man. That was awesome. '80th minute. Substitution for Juventus de Cayes. They have a corner. Oh, boy. They have a corner. 10 minutes to go. Gillot off for Durante. Oh, wide. Playing forward, 81st minute, 1-1. Yep. I'm not disagreeing with you. I see the same things you do. You're right. I gave Cavalier too much respect when it comes to the predictions. Also, Robin Hood. I gave them too much respect for being the only two champions of this tournament. You're right. I should have. And didn't I say it was a rematch between Sedano and Cavalier in the final, I think? Didn't I in the end? So, I mean, yeah, I gave Cavalier too much respect. What can you do? Defending champions deserve respect to an extent. Same. Okay. '83rd minute. I wouldn't say nostalgic. I mean, it's kind of hard to make predictions when you have to make predictions for this tournament. It's hard for me to watch these countries' games when it comes to their regular seasons. I really can only see them play Central or Caribbean Cup and Champions Cup. So I got to go by what I know. Like, yeah, I could see the numbers, but if I can't see how it truly played out, I could look at their record. I could look at their score lines. But to me, like, looking at score lines and reading score lines and actually seeing how they play is a totally different thing. And it's very hard to watch the Jamaican Premier League or the Surinamese League or the Dominican League. So when it comes to predicting a tournament like the Central American Cup, that's or the Caribbean Cup, it's very tough until you actually see them play that August. So, I mean, there's definitely a reason that, yeah, I mean, I read the stats, I read the score lines, all that, but not having the eye test makes it a little bit different when it comes to predicting this tournament. It's really the easiest way I can watch these teams is playing this tournament or the Champions Cup. So 85th minute, 1-1. '86th minute, 1-1. Loisal is on for Sylvain. 86th minute. Really? We're fucking horrible. Really, we are fucking horrible. And people said Jordy wasn't worth it. Like, I get our front office is a joke, and I get we probably should completely blow it up before we make moves like that, but understandable. But already 3 games? Man, we're fucking horrible. It's getting late anyway, but yeah, don't pardon my French. No, we are. We are absolutely horrible. Lord have mercy. Damn it. With that being said, first obviously being Fetty, of course. What do you know? Like, seriously, of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? Man, we are truly and utterly horrible. '89th minute, over the top, header. There's this gnat flying around. '89th minute. How much stoppage time we gonna get is the question. I mean, it's doable. I mean, I think they could beat Barca. Okay. I think they could beat Barca. I think they could beat Bayern. I mean, if they won the Club World Cup, it's a somewhat easier, I wouldn't say somewhat easy, but their pot 2 matches, their pot 3, pot 4 matches Those are pretty easy, but I think we could beat anybody they give us. So I'm okay with it. 4 minutes of stoppage time. Of course. With that being said, we will quickly set up the stream for the Central American Cup match, and we'll be on our way. Shot over the bar, still 1-1. Corner, 1 minute of stoppage time. Playing forward, 3 minutes to go. Playing forward is Cavalier. They have a couple of minutes to score the winner. Hell, Juventus de Cayes has a couple of minutes to score the winner on their end, but it looks to me Cavalier's going for it. Correcto. Esta noche y en la torneo correcto. 92nd minute. '93rd minute. Defense force versus Sedano, a big one. Yep. Hell, Cavalier versus Defense Force is a big one now, which I think we were going to go live for when that happens. So there's a bit of, they got to win this damn thing connected to that one. 1 more minute to go. Corner for Cavalier, header, ball down. That's out for a goal kick. Cavalier's got to beat Defense Force. And then if Cavalier beats Defense Force, Defense Force has to beat Sedano. Because, yeah, they have Weymouth Wales, but if they don't beat Cavalier, they're going to have to win over Sedano. Could be interesting. That's all I'm saying. 3:48. 10 seconds. At least they got a point. Cavalier. Seconds away, they have a chance to put it over the top and ain't even running for it. All right. Lord. October 1st. Full time. 1-1. With that being said, if you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlist. Share friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you very, very soon for the start of the match between Real España and Miguelito. If it takes a couple of minutes, it does. But we will be here. We'll be ready to go. It's time to go. I'll see you soon. Couple of minutes. I'm riding. I'm out. Peace. See ya.